Hey everyone, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are discussing regarding the next topic of content ID inspection of your Palo Alto firewall, which is data filtering profile. So we'll discuss regarding what is the meaning of data filtering profile in Palo Alto and how do you configure that for your organization. So topic is data filtering profile in PA firewalls. Okay, so think like this, that if we have got some user and basically that user is trying to do a transfer of some sensitive or any confidential data such as credit card numbers, social security numbers, or any custom data patterns over the network. So if you have this Palo Alto firewall um, configured with data filtering profile based inspection, so what can happen is it will enforce the data loss prevention policies. So the Palo Alto firewall can enforce this particular DLP policies, and it will ensure that the compliance and the regulatory requirements are met. Okay, so yeah, data filtering profile is going to be matching, or it will monitor the traffic for any sensitive data patterns, like as I've told you, for credit card numbers or any custom regex based patterns, right? It will prevent data leaks via any web, email, or any file sharing applications. So that are the benefits of allowing a data filtering profile in your security policy. Okay, so let's go ahead and see the different configuration options over here. So if you log into the Palo Alto firewall, let's understand the task that we are going to block this user from the trust zone if it's trying to access any web pages or send some traffic via mail, and those particular web pages, those transaction contain certain details like credit card numbers, right? Credit card numbers, or might be social security numbers, right? So my job will be to go there and prevent that. Okay, so in order to do that, let's go to the PA firewall one and we look into the policy tab over here. I have a policy which allows the traffic from trust to untrust, and we have applied multiple profiles in our previous lectures. So now if you look into the objects, under objects, under security profile, you have got this data filtering profile. Okay, now before you go and configure the data filtering profile, what you can do is you can just click on this custom objects, and under the custom objects you have got a field called as data patterns, right? So this will be your step number one. So selecting this data patterns in custom objects will be your step number one, and where you can add, so add your custom data patterns. So let us say this is my data pattern 1. Okay, so let's say I copy this, paste the same in the description, and there can be different pattern types that you can call. So you can either call a predefined or add the respective file or file properties or file types based on the predefined pattern, or based on regular expression, or based on file properties. Okay, so let's say I select predefined pattern over here, and then I can click on add, and I can just give a name. So for example, I can, let us say, add the name for credit card numbers. Okay, and I can add for, might be for PAN, for permanent account identification, right? Other use cases, let's say for DA registration number, right? Multiple stuff that I can select over here. Social security numbers, without any dash separators. So these are the different options that I can select, and I can see the descriptions of that, and I can select the file types. So in any of the file types, I can go ahead and prevent it. So yeah, so similarly click on OK there. So likewise, data pattern 2 you can create. So let's say I create my data pattern 2 right, where I'm selecting the pattern type based on regular expression, where I'm adding a name, say it is confidential regex, okay, as confidential okay. File type could be any, and data pattern, let us say I'm typing that the word should be uh, confidential. This is the word, could be another one, let us say credit card. Okay, file type is any, let's say the word is credit space card. Okay, so I can add those regular expressions over here, click on OK, and likewise I can create the third pattern, which is my data pattern 3, and this could be based on file properties. Add a name, so let's say this is file properties 1. Okay, so I can define the respective file type, say it could be a PDF file, or could be, so in the PDF file I'm looking for any keywords or any subject or any title, right? Let's say I want to look for a keyword which is called as let's say SSN, okay, as the keyword. Okay, likewise I can define the second file property over here. Let's say I look for Microsoft Excel, and say I can look for any sensitivity over here, or might be say subject over here, and the subject is, let us say, private and confidential. Okay, so like that you can create different file properties based on your requirement. Yeah, so you've got 3 data patterns which you can make, and you can see the different types. Now you can attach those different types that you've created, that you've made inside this custom data, that custom objects data patterns. You can actually call those inside the data filtering security profile. So I can select that data filtering under my security profile. I can add that. So this is my DLP security profile 1, let's say. Okay, so I can add those respective data patterns which I've created over here. Okay, and I can see that the the different file types or application direction is both, and I can define the the alert threshold and the block threshold. So after how much threshold it should be alerted, and after what value of threshold it should be blocked. So let's say after 2 it should be alert, and after 3 it should, or after 3 it should be blocked, and let's say same for all the 3 cases. Okay, all right, and you can log the severity level. So say it is critical, this is high, and say it is informational, as an example. All right, so you can see the different actions that we can take, and here we go. And then we can attach this particular data filtering security profile to your existing security policy. So I can click on that particular profile section over here, and I can see data filtering, and I can add that DLP profile which I have created, and click on OK. All right, and then you can commit those changes. Now if the user is trying to send any traffic to the world of internet over any applications, and those traffic contains the respective patterns that we have defined, if it is matching, then the respective threshold, if it is hit, the respective action it will be taking, right? So I hope it is clear. Let the commit process succeeds, and let me write down few key points over here for your reference. Just a second. Okay, so as I've told you, a data filtering profile is a security feature used to prevent the transfer of sensitive or confidential data such as credit card numbers, social security numbers, or any custom data patterns over the network. Okay, it helps to enforce data loss prevention, that is DLP policies, and ensure compliance with regulatory requirements. Okay, the first piece is functionality. So as in functionality, we know it is going to monitor the traffic for any sensitive data patterns. It will prevent the data leaks via web, email, and file sharing applications, and also it will support any predefined patterns like credit card numbers and custom regular expression based patterns as well. Right, now what are the different data filtering actions you have? So you have actions of alert, which will log the particular event, but it will allow the data transfer to take place. Next is block, where it will prevent the transfer of any sensitive data completely. And the next is continue, which will prompt the user before allowing any transfer to happen. Okay, third one is the use cases. I have told you already the configuration steps, how to be done. And first use case is of course preventing the data leaks, which is by blocking social security numbers or credit card details from being sent via any email, let's say. Third is of course regulatory compliance. So it will enforce compliance standards of, let us say, HIPAA or GDPR or PCI DSS industry standard policies. Okay, and it will monitor the sensitive data movement. Right, so it will identify any potential insider threats that is doing this particular job, and also it will log this particular event. So to see the logs, you have to go to the monitor section. You have to go to the monitor section, and there is a specific log for data filtering that you can see. So under logs, you have got a specific section for data filtering. Okay, the logs will appear here. Perfect. So I believe everything is clear regarding data filtering concept of Palo Alto Firewall. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.